I want to ask you a very simple question tonight. Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I want the war to stop. I want to save lives that are being uselessly, people being killed by the millions. It's the millions. It's so much worse than the numbers that you're getting, which are fake numbers. Look, we're in for 250 billion or more because they don't ask Europe, which is a much bigger beneficiary to getting this thing done than we are.
Just to clarify in the question, do you believe it's in the U.S. best interest for Ukraine to win this war, yes or no?
I think it's the U.S. best interest to get this war finished and just get it done.
All right.
Negotiate a deal, because we have to stop all of these human lives from being destroyed.
Hi again, everyone. It's 5 o'clock in New York. Out of all those words, and we actually had to do some light editing there for time's sake, but out of all of Donald Trump's words, what he didn't say was that, yes, Ukraine must win. There was no assurance given to our ally, the Ukrainians, that the incoming American president wishes to see our democratic ally, Ukraine, prevail in its brutal ongoing war against Russia. It is a war that started more than 2.5 years ago after Russia brutally and illegally invaded the country with the hopes of taking it over. Ukraine has held on. Ukraine has, against all odds, defended herself against Russia's aggression. And that success is due, in part, to America's help. The U.S. has been providing aid and weapons because we, the current leaders, the Biden administration, understands that the strength of our democracy here at home is aided by the strength of other democracies around the world. But then Tuesday happened. And now Ukraine's democracy could very well be in peril with the incoming Trump administration because, as you just heard, or should I say, as you didn't hear, Donald Trump does not, at least publicly, share in the belief that U.S. should and will help Ukraine win the war. He simply states publicly that it must end. And comments like those, plus many others, that explain why Russian President Vladimir Putin is likely sitting in the Kremlin right now with a big, fat smile that he cannot wipe off his face, ready and waiting for January 20th. In his first public comments since the United States election was called, Putin spoke glowingly about Donald Trump. New York Times reports this, quote, Putin speaking at a conference in Sochi, Russia, said Trump acted, quote, like a man after surviving the assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania last summer, adding that Trump's stated desires to improve ties with Russia and end the Ukraine war deserve attention. And he suggested that he expected Trump to act more freely in his second term, signaling a hope that Trump would finally follow through on his Russia-friendly rhetoric. Quote, I very much expect that our relationship with the United States will eventually be restored, Putin said. We are open to this. Trump on the campaign trail boldly claimed that he can solve the Ukraine war in 24 hours without ever providing any details as to how he would do that. But today, even Putin's spokesperson shot that idea down. From Reuters, quote, President Putin is ready to discuss Ukraine with Donald Trump, but that does not mean he's willing to alter Moscow's demands, the Kremlin said Friday. Putin's spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, made the remarks after being asked at his daily news briefing if Putin's readiness to talk to the Republican president-elect reflected a willingness to change his demands. Quote, the president has never said that the goals of the special military operation are changing. On the contrary, he has repeatedly said that they remain the same, Peskov said.